This is Anthony, and this is interview number 1. How does the church affect your life? Well, the church affects my life in ways that every Sunday I can go to mass. I have other people to talk to my faith about, and I also have like a religious background, and it makes me Catholic. What are your core beliefs? Our core beliefs, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and I believe in Him and in God, and that He will be resurrected. How often do you attend church? I attend church every Sunday. And how's your relationship with God? I would describe my relationship with God as good. I pray to Him every day and go to Sunday Mass every week. What do you believe God can do for your life? I believe God can just make an impact in my life and just make it better. Anytime I need to back up on Him, I can do that every Sunday in Mass, and I can pray to Him whenever I need to.
This quote relates to what Christopher is saying because this is his church and he loves going to church.
How does the church affect your life?
Well, considering I go to church every Sunday with my family, and yeah, I just like I pray a lot to God, like whenever I need something, or like just He always there for me.
Understandable. What are your core beliefs?
I believe that like if you like believe in God, then like He'll definitely be there for you whenever you need Him back. You know? Yeah.
How often do you go to church?
Every Sunday with my family.
How is your relationship with God?
Pretty tight. We talk on the daily, you know. Yeah.
What do you believe God can do for your life?
God does wonders for my life, honestly. Like, you know, I feel like He just has a huge impact on me. You know, He guides me in the right direction.
This quote relates to what Christiana is saying because she needs the church and loves the church. Okay. How does the church affect your life?
Every Sunday we go to church, so it's basically a weekly routine that we just go to church.
What are your church core beliefs?
To respect your father and mother, just respect the atmosphere in the church.
How often do you attend church?
Every week.
And how's your relationship with God?
Pretty good.
What do you believe God can do for your life?
Just help me out in school and stuff.
Thank you.
Throughout the duration of this project, I have learned many things. I learned that many people have like a different sort of relationship with God. I also found out that even though we all go to a Catholic school, not everyone has, the same core beliefs that a regular Roman Catholic was expected to. And then I also learned that it's not just me who doesn't regularly attend Mass, that there are others who haven't been to Mass in a much longer period of time than I have. There were some similarities in between the interviews. All the people interviewed had some sort of close relationship with God. If it was even if they didn't really express it or they didn't go to Mass, the relationship with God was still there. And some of the people were way more religious than the others. They were they attended Mass every Sunday, sometimes even twice a week. And it wasn't just the school liturgy that they really attended. They also went, on Sundays with their families. The response that surprised me most was when someone said that they haven't been to Mass in years, excluding the school Mass, because that's also my case. That person said they hadn't been to Mass in I think 5 years. Other than the school Mass, they don't really go and they haven't been. And that's also with me. I haven't really been to Mass in a really long time, other than the school liturgy, and I want to change that.
So by doing this presentation, I learned many things. I learned that that it is important to attend church every week, and that it is also important to keep a close relationship with God. And by asking people the questions for interviews, I learned that the more that a person attends church, the more they will be, their relationship with God will be stronger. And some similarities is that the people that we asked for the interviews, they all had a strong relationship with God, and most of them attended church other than the days that we would attend with school. And the response that surprised me the most was when someone said they go to church every morning in the chapel before school. That surprised me the most because I want to be able to do that, and I want to be able to go to church every day.
One interview response that surprised me is when they asked how your relationship was with God, and someone responded that they pray daily and they pray very often. To me, that's something I want to be able to do. I want to be able to pray every day, and I want to make that one of my priorities in my life. I find that most people in our interviews attend church weekly, and that they have a strong relationship with God, and they pray daily. That just inspires me to have a better relationship with God and go to church more often. 3 things I've learned from the interview are that church can have a big impact on your life, and that it's important to go to church weekly, or a couple times a week even. And it's also important to have a good relationship with God and keep a strong relationship with Him.
My name is Alberto Pla, and this is my individual component. Not all Catholics participate as much as others do. In watching videos, I learned that people have very different relationships with God. In listening to the interview, the questions asked made me think about my personal relationship with God. 2 of the kids interviewing stated that they attend Mass regularly, while one did not. All 3 stated that they believed in Jesus. What surprised me the most was that one student did not seem to be very religious, even though he attends a Catholic school.